Good morning everyone. My name is Mrudula and I am working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering at MLR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. Today I am going to give a brief introduction about the subject Industrial Electrical System. What is actually Industrial Electrical System? This is the overview of today's topic. First one is Introduction to IES, that is Industrial Electrical Systems. Second topic is LT wiring system components, that is low tension wiring system. Third one is selection of cables, the selection of cables, and next one is distribution box as well as the types of distribution boxes and how to select the distribution box. Metering system, and next topic is metering system and types of metering systems. This is the overview of today's topic. Introduction to the electricity. Introduction to electricity. Electricity requires an electric path to flow and there are many conducting materials used for this purpose. There are many conducting and non-conducting materials which are used for the control of voltage and current. In this lecture, we will study about different components that are used in household and industrial wiring, which are being used to control the power supply. What is LT wiring system? Introduction to LT wiring system. There are mainly two types of wiring system, that is LT wiring system and HT wiring system. LT wiring system means low tension wiring system, which is mainly used for low voltage applications, and HT wiring system, which is mainly used for high voltage appliances. First one is the power lines that transport energy from local distribution substation to the homes or other buildings, that is users, are referred to as LT or low tension lines. These lines operate at a voltage of 230 volts to 440 volts and which are commonly used for homes and small buildings. The high tension wires are mostly used for industrial purposes. Low tension wires are used for homes as well as small industries. Different components which are used in LT wiring system. Some of the components are being listed below, such as circuit breakers, fuse, electrical conduit, switches, cables and wires, distribution box, distribution board or distribution panel. You can call it in any way. Next, relays, contactors and bus bars. These are some of the components which are mainly used in LT wiring system. Let us know a few components in detail. The first one is circuit breaker. Here is a picture of circuit breaker where this is called as a miniature circuit breaker. This is an example for miniature circuit breaker, that is MCB. Circuit breaker is nothing but which collects the power from source and distributes it to the various loads. There are different types of circuit breakers based on the application or based on the load. Some of the examples are like ACB, that means air circuit breaker. Second one is MCCB, that is molded case circuit breaker. Third one is MCB, that is miniature circuit breaker. Fourth one is ELCB, that is earth leakage circuit breaker. So there are different types of circuit breakers which are decided based on the load or based on the application. The second type is fuse. Here you can see there are two types of fuses. This type of fuse is used for high voltage applications and this type of fuse is used for low voltage applications. A fuse is an electrical safety device that protects the device that operates to provide overcurrent protection also. A fuse is an electrical safety device that operates to provide overcurrent protection of an electrical circuit. It is a short, narrow and low melting conducting wire from a mixture of tin and lead. Here in this picture, you can see a small conducting wire. You can see a small conducting wire inside the fuse. This is nothing but the low melting point conducting wire. Whenever the current across this low melting point wire increases its range, the wire melts and automatically the circuit gets open circuited. In this way, the two types of fuses are being used to open circuit whenever the current crosses the limits. The third type of appliance is electrical conduit. Electrical conduit is nothing but which protects and provides the route of electrical wiring in an electrical system. Electrical conduits are made up of metal, plastic or fiber which can be rigid and flexible. The first type of electrical conduit is the rigid type. The second type of electrical conduit is the flexible type. The rigid type as well as the flexible type both can be used. And electrical conduits are being placed outside the wall as you can see in this particular picture. And electrical conduits can be placed inside the wall as you can see in the second picture. The first picture shows after construction of a building. The second picture shows before construction of a building. So both the ways you can use the flexible one as well as the rigid one. As I said, the first one is the rigid one and this particular is the flexible one. And they are made up of a material like plastic or fiber or metal. Next type is switch. The switch determines the flow of electricity in the circuit. It has a set of contacts which can be opened or closed, that is manually or automatically. Here the pictures will show. Here these two pictures shows about the manual operating switch. Automatically switches are also there nowadays, like using sensors, different types of sensors using footsteps or using sound or using mobile also we can operate automatically a switch. Next, cables and wires. A wire is defined as one electrical conductor, while a cable can be defined as group of individually insulated wires. Conductor is a single wire and cable is a group of individually insulated wires and which are encased together in sheathing. Sheathing is a non-conducting material with protective properties to shield the conducting part of a wire or a cable. Here you can see the picture which shows about the conductor. This one shows the conductor, individual conductors which are grouped together and insulated with a color coded cable. This particular cable is again having a inner sheath which is armed together, and next outer sheathing is also provided. So here you can see the inner sheathing as well as outer sheathing. So two types of sheathing as well as insulation. So there are three layers of insulation which is being provided for this particular cable. This particular figure shows you about the conductors as well as cables which is being provided with first layer, second layer and third layer of protecting devices. How selection of cables and wires are done in LT system. Selection of cables and wire in LT system, there are different contents which to be measured. After that only the LT wiring system cables and wires are being selected. While selecting, the first criteria is circuit breaker rating. The cable selection is done above the circuit breaker rating in order to protect the device. The second criteria is load current. The load current should be able to carry the cable should be able to carry the load current. Third criteria is voltage drop. The cable should provide the load with a suitable voltage in order to avoid excessive voltage drops. Next one is short circuit level. The cable should be able to withstand the worst short circuit currents also. So based on the short circuit current levels, the cable should be designed. Current carrying capacity. Next one is current carrying capacity. The cable should be able to carry the current based on the thermal heating. Based on the thermal heating of that particular wire, the cable should be designed. Next one is voltage regulation. The cable should ensure the correct load voltage by checking the voltage drops. Last is the sheathing of the cables. Sheathing of the cables, as I said in the before picture, sheathing of the cables is done in this particular picture, and 2 to 3 layers of sheathing can be provided for a particular cable. Next one is distribution box. What is distribution box? Distribution box is nothing but it distributes power from the main supply to different circuits and outlets in a building. Distribution boxes are mainly known as distribution boards and are commonly used in residential and commercial electrical systems. Residential and commercial electrical system. Here in this picture, you can see MCBs, different MCBs which are being placed here. All these MCBs, different types of MCBs are placed based on the power capacity. The power capacity of this set of MCB is same as power capacity of this particular set. So the power capacity of all the MCBs are same, which are being placed in a distribution box. Different types of distribution box. What are the different types of distribution box? First one is main distribution panel, a common type of meter box used in commercial and industrial settings that can protect against power outages and voltage surges. That is, the main distribution panel is mainly used in commercial and industries. Second type is sub-meter box, which is less expensive and being used in residential areas, which offers less protection against power outages and voltage surges. Third one is DT meter box. DT means distribution transformer, which is being used to distribute the electrical power to residential and industrial buildings from the main power generation line. That is, from the main power generation line, it distributes the power to residential and industrial buildings. Next type is final distribution point, FDP. It is a smaller distribution board installed near the end of the electrical circuits that provides localized control and distribution for specific equipment or machinery. For protecting the specific equipment and machinery, we will be using the final distribution point box. Next one is main circuit breaker panel. Next one is main circuit breaker panel. The most common distribution panel where electricity travels through wires to a meter that records usage and then to a circuit breaker panel. So, here we can see 5 different types of distribution panels or distribution boards. How to choose a distribution box? These are the different criteria for selecting a distribution box. The first one is capacity, how much power the box can handle. Second one is electrical system size. The size of your electrical system will determine the type and capacity of the box you need. Third one is future expansion. Whether the box can accommodate any future expansion needs. Accommodate future expansion needs. So, based on the future expansion needs, we need to decide the distribution box. Next one is durability and safety. Whether the box is made up of high quality materials and has sturdy constructions. Means it should be of high quality and it can be maintained for years together. Next one is compliance. Whether the box meets local electrical codes and relevant electrical standards and regulations in that particular area. So, based on the standards and codes, the distribution box should be designed. Next, location. Whether the location is easily accessible close to the main electrical power source and free from any kind of obstructions. So, location plays a major role. See, these are the different criteria based on which the distribution box is being selected. Next one is meter box. What is meter box? Meter box is an equipment that is mainly used to measure and record the volume of electricity that is used in certain period of time. For a certain period of time. It is made up of glass reinforced plastic, GRP, glass reinforced plastic. This kind of material is advantageous because of its durability and its ability to resist hard weather conditions as well as fire. So, in order to resist the weather conditions and fire, we mainly prefer glass reinforced plastic material to prepare the meter box. Meter boxes hold a number of electrical components inside it. Some of them are like main switch, meter fuses, and even circuit breakers also. Electrical meter boxes suit a wide range of installations like in the charging stations and in telecommunications. Electrical meter boxes should always be placed where they can be easily accessed, especially on the external side walls. Here is an overview of different types of meter boxes like single phase meter box. Here you can see the picture of a single phase digital meter box where there are two ports, that is phase and neutral. The phase gives the supply to it and the neutral is nothing but the neutral wires for power distribution. Here you can see the phase and neutral wires, two types of wires will be there, where the phase wire carry the load and neutral wire acts as returning path for the power. In a single phase meter connection, mainly it deals with a voltage of 230 volts with a frequency of 50 Hz. So it is an AC device. A single phase power meter box, as the name suggests, is a two-wire AC alternating power circuit. It changes the supply voltage of the power simultaneously. Generally, it is used in residential voltage. For residential applications, we will mainly use this single phase meter box with a voltage of 230 volts and a frequency of 50 Hz. Second type is three-phase meter box. Here you can see the picture of a three-phase meter box. Is a type of electricity meter that measures electrical energy. This device provides accurate measurement of electrical energy consumption, which is used especially in industrial applications and for large commercial spaces like supermarkets or shopping complexes or colleges, hospitals, anyway. So, and in some houses like in gated communities. So, single phase meter box is used for residential applications and three-phase meter box is mainly used for industrial applications as well as for large commercial areas. So these are the two types of metering boxes. Criteria to select the meter box. Here there are different criteria to select the meter box. The first one is size. Small meter box is good for small homes and offices. For small homes and offices, we use the small meter box, and medium size boxes are good for residential areas and large boxes are good for commercial buildings and public places. So, small boxes for small houses, medium boxes for apartments as well as gated communities, and large boxes for industrial and commercial applications. Next criteria is shape. The circular meter box are more durable and can handle higher loads than rectangular boxes, while the square boxes are more modern and can be installed in tight places. So, the meter box can be of square shape, rectangular shape, but square shape are more modern and presently used. Next criteria is material. Next criteria to select the meter box is material. Mainly plastic meter boxes are of lightweight. Here you can see there are two types of materials used, that is plastic or metal. Plastic meter box are of lightweight and cost effective as well as corrosion resistant. But metal boxes are more durable and secure. So based on the criteria, we can select a plastic meter box or a metal meter box. Next one is type. As I have said previously, there are two types, that is single phase as well as three phase meter box. So based on the application or based on the load, we will decide whether to take a single phase meter box or a three phase meter box. In this lecture, we have been learnt about the different topics, like the first one is introduction to the industrial electrical system. Next, low tension wiring components. Some of the components we have learnt like circuit breakers, fuse, cables and wires. And next one is selection of cables, how to select a cable or a wire. Next one is distribution box. Distribution box, what is a distribution box and why the distribution box is used, what are the different types of distribution box and how to select the particular distribution box. Next topic was metering system and types of metering system. And we have learnt about metering system, types of metering system and how to select a metering box also we have learnt. In my next session, we would like to know about the tariffs as well as different types of protection devices which are being used in LT wiring system. That's all today. Thank you.